All right, says we're live. You know how we do. We got to check everything.
Look at this.
Can we turn that fan off? No.
I tried.
You tried?
Yeah, it's on automatic because of the heat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if they can. Let's see if we can hear that.
Yeah. It's on automatic because of the heat.
It ain't bad.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if they can. Let's see if we can hear that.
It's on automatic because of the heat.
Nah, it ain't bad.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Jesus.
So my wife is cooking for, she cooks for the 12 tribes of Israel or Judah. Add Israel and Judah together. Can we see you?
No.
Come on. Can't see me now. Got all kind of food and stuff up here. It's back. It's back. It's here. This, I don't know where she went. All right. Welcome. See, we have one viewer. I don't know who you are. If you tell us who you are so that we can shout you out. We're going to start off by giving some happy birthday shout outs. Let me see if I can find them. I know today is Hondo's birthday. Happy birthday to Hondo. Happy birthday to Kamika. Happy birthday to Dr. Christina. That's all I got. Let's see who else I got here. It's not her birthday. Oh, Kimberly Matthews. Man, what a wonderful job you did on Sunday. Elder Kim.
Yes.
Prophet Kim. Mrs. Matthews. Wonderful job. Anybody get a chance to go back and watch it? It was called Moves and Counter Moves.
Counter Moves, yes.
It is available on the rccva.church website. Just go on there and click Internet Church. And from Internet Church, you'll see a scroll down page of all the, as a matter of fact, watch all of them. But Sundays was really, really good.
That was a dynamic.
That was really, really good. I hope you guys are not stressing out about the holidays. That is what this show is about.
Yeah.
We actually titled it Decompressing from the Stress brought on by the holidays. Some of us, because of routine, think that there's certain things that we should do. And sometimes our finances just don't allow it. But because I don't know, you used the word today. I can't remember the words you used. I forgot the words you used in regards to why we do.
It's almost a compulsive behavior.
Nah, you said something else.
What did
you say? You called it. I can't remember what you called it. But it was a great definition of what happens coming around the holiday times. One of the biggest, there's a few things we're going to go through, but one of the biggest things for a lot of people is the loss of a loved one. My wife's family went through some serious heartbreaks the last 2 years. So it can be very, very stressful, especially when you've lost a loved one around the holidays. The body is an amazing thing where you don't even got to be thinking about something, and because your body has been conditioned, like Mima just said, conditioned at that particular time, it'll like I'm gonna talk about when Kyle passed. Billy Rell, Pastor X. when Kyle passed, at that same time every year, I just became sad. It's almost like my body reminded me to be sad. And so I had to put things in place not to offset the sadness, because what we don't understand about these emotions we go through, you got to let them process through. You can't sit back and try to avoid it or try to put something in the way to counteract it. You just got to let it process through. But as it's processing through, you got to remind yourself of some of the great times that you've had with that person or at that particular time. You know, it's easier said than done. Sure. Trust me on this. Yeah. It's easier said than done, but it's doable.
Yeah.
You know, I had a discussion yesterday with a young lady who told there was a person I knew whose son, you know, is not here anymore, and so she said, with time, the pain gets better.
Yeah, right.
You know, that's not true. For a lot of people, it might be true for her. Why am I saying this? These people who have experienced loss, the last thing they want from you is your words. I know you mean well. I know it's you mean well. They just want to know that you're available when they need you. They, we say the craziest, the clichéest things. Time heals all wounds. No, it don't. It don't. It becomes better manageable once you learn different strategies on how to cope with it. Yeah. And that's one of the major stress issues around the holidays is the loss of a loved one. And then you can continue with the loss of finances. Me and my wife just went to the grocery store. I swear we had 6 bags.
No.
It was 6 bags. We had 6 bags. It was $106.
But it was 6 bags, and they did it that way because we didn't have that many items.
6 bags of stuff this big. But the thing for me is, I was grateful that we were able to afford it.
Right. Yeah.
So.
And we're not using credit cards.
Right.
You understand? We're not going into debt for anything.
So I use that as an example to show how I always have something to offset it.
Right.
Okay, so the groceries were $106, but praise God, we were able to afford it.
Right. I said that too. Actually, I sent a message to my team at work this morning. Everybody was saying they weren't feeling good. And that's what happens during this time. Our bodies tend to react.
What's up, Keish?
To what our normal, the world, the society sets it up where how we mourn, because we're mimickers. So we mimic behavior that we've seen. So in the instance with the holidays coming around and some family members aren't around, you tend to get, what would you say, weepy?
It's a loss. It's
definitely
it's
a loss.
Sadness. How can I say it? You can't control how sadness will play out.
Right.
You just got to let it play out.
Yeah. So I essentially just said to them, try to do something different this year. Don't dwell on the loss, but let's applaud your gains. You had gains. You woke up.
That's an offset.
You were able to move.
Sadness.
And you had somewhere to live.
You had somewhere to live.
We got food to eat.
We got a place to stay.
We got a place to stay. We got heat. We got lights. I got gas in my car.
That's the offset.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I have to thank God for that.
It doesn't replace the sadness.
No.
Stop trying to replace it.
Stop trying to
I'm trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
Stop trying to replace it. Be sad. It has to process through.
Yeah.
Has to process through. The trick is don't be sad all day.
Yeah.
Because what'll happen is you'll start to use that as an excuse to not do stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what time it is now.
Oh, you know.
And people will generally give you a pass because that's how we're wired.
But I was gonna say, but then people tend to, unless you grown,
Unless what?
You've grown,
right.
matured, and you have a source that you go to for help.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't count all the time.
No. What I'm saying is you implement things. It doesn't negate that you're going to be sad.
Say that again.
Negate.
No, you implement it.
Oh,
there
you
go.
Yes.
Right.
You implement. That comes with maturity. Because
that's
some people like to have the pity. It's not empathy, it's pity.
I would disagree with you when you say it comes with maturity, but I would agree with you when you say you got to have another source.
Yeah.
The source will give you different. I love how Elder Kim said it. She said moves and counter moves. Mm-hmm. So we say sadness is a move. What's your counter move?
Yeah.
You got to have a counter move, because if you don't, you'll sit in that stuff.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it's days.
Yeah, but you're sitting there wallowing.
And you're going through the motions, and not complete nothing. And, you can get misled into think you have a right to feel that way.
Yes.
Yeah,
making excuses. Yeah, no.
It's a loss.
It's a loss.
Nobody's minimizing it.
No.
It's not being minimized. But you got to have something to offset it.
Yeah.
Because if not, it could last forever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, mine's, and I'm getting off subject, but as Rel said, it's our show. So mine's lasted almost 2.5 years. I mean, 2.5 years, I didn't want to do nothing. I was mad at the world. This is not supposed to happen, X, Y, Z. And it will literally control you.
If you allow it.
You will be literally moving off of grief. And don't even know it. So that's one of the stress causes for the holidays is loss of a loved one.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying that you should, the worst thing you could tell somebody is get over it. Don't say that.
Right.
Don't do that. That's not good. But the way things is now, they'll unfriend you.
Block.
They'll block you. But as Kat just said, I'm gonna put this up here. You will be functioning in your grief.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
you don't understand what grieving is.
Right.
I wrote a book about it. I don't know if y'all know about it, and y'all should. But where's the book? This is a book that I wrote. It's available on Amazon, and you can get it from me. What it does is,
like that. I go like that.
There you go. What it does is it raises awareness.
Yeah.
It just lets you know what you could possibly be going through and not realize it. Grief comes unannounced and has no, how can I say it? It's not planning on leaving.
Oh no, he's sitting down comfy.
It's not
with the fuzzy slippers.
It's stupid. It's not planning on leaving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, Mylene, it is not planning on leaving. It will sit beside you.
Yeah.
It will become your best friend.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you just miserable. And
so now tying that into
what up, Press?
The holidays coming up.
Mills.
With the holidays, now you take your grief and now you're trying to fill a hole. So what do?
That's good, Cons.
I
You overcompensate.
excessively
Right.
spend.
That's real good.
I buy everybody and anybody,
Hey, Kim.
everything or anything to fill that hole.
I never looked at it that way.
Yeah, I mean,
so you're trying to fill that hole.
You're trying to fill your happy hole
with
buying other people's stuff, spending because you're trying to make yourself happy, but now you're broke.
All right, we're gonna stop. First Lady Kamika Creedle is on. We're gonna wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hope the church is working very well for you and Chris.
Chris is hollering right now. He's not yelling, he's hollering.
Let's say that again, Calm. So, because there's a hole from the grief,
right?
You trying to fill this hole by excessively buying gifts and stuff for people.
It don't even have to be buying gifts. It could be just spending.
So it's like an overcompensation.
Yes.
That's
You're
good.
trying to get to happy.
That's right. Well, a hole will put you in a hole.
Yeah. Yeah. So we don't use well, I don't think he uses any.
Keto put the link up for the book.
Oh.
Kamika said she's gonna get yeah. And
but I don't use any credit cards at unless we're traveling.
My lady says she spends what she eats.
That's
another
thing.
Oh
my God.
The eating.
Eating. Oh, because you want to know what? Eating don't talk back to you.
Wow.
It don't talk back. It don't have an opinion. It just tastes good.
And that could be a form of filling the hole.
That's right. Because it makes me happy. Because it feels good going down. It tastes good. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You always call it comforting. It's food is comforting.
Yeah.
Those are two things I ain't. Hey, press. Ain't on my notes. That's good. So you said, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You said eating,
excessive
spending.
Mm-hmm. It's a form of overcompensating.
So that's funny you talk about the excessive spending, because me and you was talking earlier, and there's another thing that can cause stress, and I want you to feel better and be strong, but please buy me something the next time you feel that way. Well, it's stupid.
Okay.
So
send your sizes, okay?
So you and I, many years ago, discovered this thing called the reward program. Mm-hmm. And we read something, was it today or yesterday, in regards to how stress can come from you not getting back from a person you gave something to.
Yeah, that's what happens. So now at the end of the holiday, after Christmas Day, you sitting there in the midst of all the balled up paper with a pack of drawers and a pack of socks. And now you have spent thousands of dollars on everybody. And you got a pack of drawers and a pack of socks.
And that can cause stress, huh?
And you are like, what the heck did I just do?
Wow.
I just spent all my money on all these ungrateful so-and-sos. And this is what I got? Then what you give it for? Why did you go through all of that?
Well, we've already established, with the grief system.
Right.
The grief thing. Yeah, right. You're trying to fill a hole.
But then you're dealing with people can you say grief isn't always a death?
No, loss.
It's a loss.
It's loss. It's grief is the result.
It could be
of
losing
loss.
yourself.
That was something that I'm putting in the next book in regards to the loss of yourself, and particularly when you fall in love with somebody. Mills says she got 7 packages downstairs right now. Mills, you crazy.
Send them back. Send them back.
Yeah, like you fall in love with somebody. You posted something about this the other day. How when you cut people off, Let me find this post you put up.
I was gonna say I don't really cut people off.
I'm not saying you
oh.
in general. It was your post. Your post said, "Let me find it."
I don't even know where my. Oh, there it is.
Let me find this post. So glad she's only sending me 4 videos a day now. You. Here it goes. I don't know how to save these things off of here.
So you want to say everybody talks?
Everybody talk that. You can read it.
Oh, everybody talks about cutting people off, but nobody really talks about the grief that comes with having to stand firm on that decision, knowing it's not what you wanted, but what was necessary for your well-being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did research on this, and I think this is getting way off subject, but like Rel said, this is our show. When you fall in love with somebody, you kind of can lose yourself.
Definitely.
Right? Trying to
appease
this person.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship ends. And there's a grief process there because you're trying to find who you are and you can't.
Yeah, because you've lost yourself in that person.
The craziest thing about that is in the process of trying to work through the grief, because of what you become accustomed to, you will draw yourself to that same type of an individual until you become aware of the I can't say that word. You say it better.
Toxicity.
I can't say that. I got a GED. You can't until you become aware that this is what
you only got a GED because you quit school.
I got a GED because my mother was gonna kick me out.
Okay.
If I didn't get me a high school diploma. Maybe lose my thought. Jesus. Oh, you will automatically gravitate toward what it is that you become accustomed to until you become aware that's what you're gravitating to. Because in the process of trying to find out who you are, you long for what you were comfortable with.
That's where your higher your
psychologist.
Source, that's where your source comes from.
That's where your psychologist. You need to go sit down
and that part
and talk to a therapist because somebody needs to make you aware. Once again, moves and counter moves. Okay, this is why I'm moving. What's my counter move to offset this thing? Because if not, I'm gonna end up in the same kind of relationship.
Definitely,
I'm in the same kind of relationship. So the show is about decompressing. I got a title somewhere, but I don't know where's that. Decompressing from the stress of the holidays.
Right.
So we talked about loss.
Right.
Where is this article at? Financial pressures.
Mm-hmm.
Many people feel stressed about spending too much or not having enough money to spend.
Right.
You got family dynamics. Family relationships can be complex and tense. And some family members will bring up hot button issues at the dinner table. Let's talk about that. Having to go, Money, what's up? Having to go to a family gathering where your drunk uncle go, Uncle Touchy Feely, and nobody's saying nothing.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Nobody's saying anything.
Yeah. Oh.
And you don't want to say I don't want to come.
Yeah.
That's stressful.
Yeah.
Or Aunt so-and-so going to get drunk.
Yeah.
And call everybody out.
Yeah. I thank God that's never really been that dynamic. I mean, we've had some drunks. We had some that got high. But
I don't ever remember being at any of your family functions where it got crazy like that. Not one. Now, maybe when you were younger, but none of the ones that I've gone to. Now, mine, on the other hand.
Well, wait a minute.
Keith, you've been to a few.
But the fights have always happened after we left.
Because we ain't night people no more.
I think the Holy Spirit sets it up that
way. I just know after 10 o'clock, after you see the 9th, 5th in the garbage, it's time to go. You got to get out. So that's another one.
Yeah.
The family done. Another one is unrealistic expectations.
That's what I said. Yeah. People put too much on themselves. I mean, it's nice to give people little trinkets, because I'm a giver. But you have to be realistic.
Listen to this. They actually put a disorder. It's called seasonal affective disorder.
Seasonal what?
Seasonal. I'm gonna post this one here. Look at this stuff. It's called. Rel, you ever heard of this? Seasonal affective disorder is a category of depression that can start around the beginning of autumn and last throughout the winter. People with SAD may experience depleted energy and what is that? And a moodier emotional state. They they gave it a name.
Give anybody anything.
They have to give it a name so they could give you a pill for it.
Hey, and
they can charge
check
for it. That's right.
And you can get a check.
Seasonal affective disorder. I'm gonna put it up again. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Is a category of depression that can start around the beginning of autumn and last throughout the. Go ahead.
Have you noticed? I'm gonna tell you since the mid-September on, everything you hear supporting and promoting mental health, everything around mental health.
I don't get to, you don't let me out the house, so I don't get to hear a lot of stuff. Everything on the internet, I don't get to hear it. So go ahead.
On the internet. But no, I'm just saying you're hearing it more and more. And it seems as though they're targeting it around this time of year. Like they were actually trying to have people be proactive. The season is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you need to implement some, scheduled appointments with your therapist.
To get right.
Yeah, to get you together. So you're not out there just wilding out.
Well, I don't know. I pulled up the stress causes for the holidays, and it has a list of the stresses, and this is just listed as one of the stresses. And I think,
can you say that's a seasonal thing? Yeah. I mean, they're saying it's
if seasonal. They label it from autumn until winter, yes, they can call it seasonal. They're giving it a time frame. So autumn until winter. That's the season they give it.
Well, I guess they can say that when you think of, they talk about people who live like in rainy, dreary areas, like they say in London, Alaska. Alaska's not rainy, but they have that 6 months of darkness, 6 months of light.
Somebody named No is watching.
No, okay. You're making me laugh.
Welcome.
He says, welcome. Or like in London and Washington State, it's always rainy.
Right.
People have a high rate of depression.
Where you going with this, man?
No, I'm just saying. So you could say that would you consider that still seasonal?
I think what they're trying to target is the heavy holiday season.
Okay.
So you got September going into October.
So you have Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's all right in a row.
To me,
yeah,
that's like one of the heavy holiday seasons.
Oh, wham, wham, wham.
Right.
Okay.
And so they literally gave it a name. Isn't that something? So we've come up with some strategies on how to decompress. And
we did.
Well, I did. She's riding.
I was like, well, we talked about a lot of stuff, but
she's riding. And this is phenomenal. It's out of Philippians 4:8-9. I ain't want to, bring scripture in, but I had to.
Because that's who we are.
Yeah. And this is out the Message Bible. It says, summing it up, all friends, I'd say you'll do best by filling your minds and meditating on things true, noble, reputable, authentic, compelling, gracious, the best, not the worst, the beautiful, not the ugly, things to praise, not things to curse. Put into practice what you learned from me, what you heard and saw and realized. Do that, and God, who makes everything work together, will work you into his most excellent harmonies. Harmonies. I think I said that right, Mima. And so I went into some research and dissected it. So we start off with the first one that says, whatever things are true. This is, the scripture says, think on these things.
Okay.
And it starts off by saying, meditating on things true. What would you say some of those things would be? Meditating on what's true.
What's true? What's
Right.
okay? That I have a roof over my head. I have. Is that what you're talking about? The good things? Is that what you're talking about?
That's in line with the good things, but basically from the research I uncovered, from the way I believe, the only thing true is the word of God.
Oh, okay.
So you got to start there.
Oh, well, definitely.
You got to start there. It said the factual, the accurate facts.
That just triggered something in me, but okay.
What? Go ahead, I'm listening.
No. It had nothing to do with you or anything.
Yeah, the actual facts, and it talks about how we need to meditate on it day and night. Day and night. Yes, I have.
Very proactive with mental health care around this time myself.
Yes. It's very important, Kim. Very, very important.
Yeah.
It's important to everybody.
Right.
You know, that's part of the notes too. But we'll go into that later.
Okay.
Self-care is huge.
Definitely.
Self-care is huge. So,
and self-care is not washing your face. Self-care is that's not
part of it.
No, that's
don't wash your face and you'll be sleeping downstairs. Trust me on that. Trust me on that.
No, people talk about getting facials and stuff. That's just what you do all the time. That's why I love that I found that app on my job system, and it's free.
So back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
It said that you got to be very careful of what you consume. And me and her were talking earlier in regards to the news.
Yeah.
You got to be careful when you start your day off with the news. The news will have you going outside scared to death. Am I right or wrong?
Well, yeah, I'm not going to the Bronx.
In the 30-minute span of watching the news, right? 30 minutes. How many minutes? Let's even go. How many seconds do they even spend on telling you something good?
No, never very first. I mean,
it's very rare.
Very rare.
It's by design.
Yeah.
Right? It said you need to be mindful of the info you consume, the TV shows you watch, the thoughts you entertain, making sure they align with the truth.
Yeah.
So Rel did a thing, I don't know if it was last week or week before last, where we talked about the facts, right?
Yes.
And then the truth surrounding the facts.
Right.
So sometimes somebody will shoot a fact at you.
Yeah, but tell me the time.
They don't tell you what was going on at the particular time.
Yeah, no.
They don't tell you the backside of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, give me the whole story.
A lot of times it's done so that you can be on their side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is that what you want to be listening to all the time?
No.
Do you want to be listening to drama all the time?
No.
You know, a lot of people don't think this stuff affects how you think.
Yeah.
So if you know that there's some things, like first of all, let's rewind. Let's rewind. it's extremely important that you journal.
As you always say.
If you're not journaling, it's going to be hard for your awareness to be raised.
Yeah.
To see what it is that could be setting you off.
Right.
Extremely important. So now that you're journaling and you have a record of what could be causing certain things, now you can get to work on certain areas, because if you're just trying to go off the top of your head, it's going to be difficult. You can't do that. And you're going to end up doing what you normally do.
Right.
All right. Then the next thing is noble. It says concentrate on thoughts that are honorable, respectable, worthy of high regard. And it just says that when it goes to noble, right, pure, lovely, it says you gotta concentrate on positive thoughts.
Right.
All right. How do you do that?
Okay, I was just gonna say I just do it. I mean, but that's just in me. It's part of my DNA.
Okay. If you had to give someone advice on how to do that, what could you give them? How could you give them something practical? Like, how do I think on good stuff? Because the body will tell you, everything, not everything, but
I have in myself, because I do.
I ain't saying you.
No.
Right.
It takes introspection. You gotta want to be better.
Okay.
You gotta want better. So in those instances, then I would want to create. If I want to do better, I don't want to stay in this state that's not being productive. It's not producing anything but more misery.
Okay, so wanting better is the start.
Right.
What's the next step? What's up, C? What up, Preem?
Then I have conversations with myself. Like if I get one of those stinking thoughts.
What kind of thought?
A stinking thought. A thought that serves me no purpose. It's just petty. It's being ugly about something, and realize, all right, Janine, check yourself. It had nothing to do with that. Back up. I'll even go as far as if I have to apologize, I will apologize.
So for me, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So for me, I'm a writer.
Yes.
I write a lot. So when those thoughts, putting the foot to work, right, Winnie? When those thoughts pop up, immediately I stop and go, write it down. What's happening right now? What's happening right now? Like, what caused that thought to pop up? What was it about that person? What was it about where I'm at? What was it about who I'm around that caused? And that's because I've been in counseling like a long time. So I got strategies and 9 times out of 10, this is for me. I don't know about nobody else. The thought that popped up was something that was sent to me from a prior experience.
Right.
So familiarity,
yeah,
for me, is what causes a lot of my negative thinking.
Oh.
Something that was similar
to
something that happened in the past, boom, my body sends up a thought, and now I have to go, what am I going to do with this? Instead of opening my mouth and causing some problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of us don't do that. A lot of us think that we have to immediately respond to somebody. You getting sleepy? You lost some energy. Your energy level just went to like, come on, son.
You want to plug me in?
Plug you in.
Just got 2 more things to put in the oven.
Yeah. So that's what I do with my negative thoughts. Now, I'm not saying that's going to work for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I talk out loud to myself.
She said she talks out loud to us. Sometimes I'll be thinking there's other people in the house.
Silly. No, just check myself. That's all I do.
All right.
Thank you, mister.
Boy.
Good.
Here's one that I read earlier. This is really, really good. It said transparency. The other article canceled. The other article says being realistic. What am I saying? To literally tell somebody, I don't got it.
Yeah.
Especially if you got kids.
Yeah.
I don't have it this year.
Yeah.
And be creative with them.
Yeah.
Figure out a creative way to celebrate the holidays.
Yeah.
You know, opposed to always being about
thinking that
spending $1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mima says she writes poetry most of the time just for myself. Just everything does not have to be centered around money.
Right.
But we're trained to I got to get a gift. I got to do this.
To meet other people's expectations, and yeah.
And you end up in a hole.
A big hole by yourself.
It says setting realistic expectations.
Yeah.
If you're going to give somebody a gift, tell yourself you might not get nothing back. And if you're expecting something back, don't give it.
Yeah.
Or tell them, before I get this to you.
Are you buying it?
I mean, that's
we're gonna have secret Santas. Who's not participating?
You know what I'm saying? That's the transparency aspect.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be more than you are.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tell the truth. I rank on people. That's how I give out a gift of laughter. Yeah, we talked about you yesterday there, Sporty. But
yeah.
It doesn't always have to be something financial.
No.
Especially if you ain't got it.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember did we go to a class? We went somewhere. And the person said, if you don't have enough cash to pay for that 2 times, you can't afford it.
Right.
Where was we at? I forgot where we was at. But yeah, don't put your credit card on blast with no foreseeable way of paying it back.
You can't see how you're gonna pay because you ain't got it.
You ain't got it from the beginning, so you know what I'm saying. You know that,
right?
But it's that's crazy. All right, what was the next one? It is planning, prioritizing, and budgeting wisely. We back to money again.
Yeah.
You know, sit down with the people that you love the most, and just say, "Hey, I don't have it."
Right.
I mean, I don't.
Or
have
like
it.
you said, create something that people now we're giving. So we're gonna have a family. We're gonna give gifts to exchange gifts. So collectively, we're gonna discuss what the limit is, or we're gonna say, I don't want you to buy anything from a store. I want you to give me something from you. Yeah, something you created.
All right.
Yeah.
The next one is
because half the stuff you get, you could buy yourself.
What Kim was just saying, practicing self-care and self-compassion.
Yes.
Let's sit on that for a while. What are some of the ways that we practice self-care, Combs?
How do we practice self-care? I do worship. I like to play worship music.
Combs is a worshiper.
I am.
Okay.
But it takes me because I overthink a lot. And
hey, Miss Nona.
That's how I can clear my mind. If I can think on God and his promises, then I don't have to, my mind isn't racing. It just settles me.
One of the ways for me that's really, really cleared my mind, I don't eat after 7 no more.
I'm going to tell you, we were practicing that. And
I wake up different.
Yeah, you do.
And then you got this sea moss
and this soursop.
Soursop that I take. Let me tell you, man, it clears me on I've never had such clear thinking like I got now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, it's the eating. Hey, Nico, what's up? It's the eating at not after 7.
Right.
And then I don't pick it back up to 12 o'clock.
Right.
The next day.
Right.
Is a variety. You're right over there?
Cramps in my hand.
All right. So here there are many ways to practice self-care. One is sleep. Getting enough sleep. 2, exercise. We fell big on that one. My wife comes up. Man, my wife is crazy, son. Keisha, my wife is crazy. If I could post some of the videos, she always, well, not always. She put videos on here that can put us in the ER.
If you do it right, we won't go in the ER.
Those videos is for people that weigh 90 pounds, Carmen. We're the heavyweight videos. We need heavyweight videos. I'm being serious. Like, I would love to try it. I'm not going to sit in the ER for the rest of the night. With the possibility of being there for a few days. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Then they got eat well, relax, journal.
You in the journal.
Writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you reflect and understand them better.
Yeah.
This one, take a break from technology and social media.
Yeah.
Please, people, if you don't do nothing else, put your phone somewhere where you can't get to it.
Yeah.
Because if it's nearby, you're going to pick it up.
Pick it up.
Even when it ain't ringing, even when your notifications ain't coming on. It's a frequency that's being transmitted.
That's what you were talking about.
Yes. So, and this is just a little quip on what I discovered. They have literally created an app, or not a software inside the phone that adapts to the frequency in your body. And it literally reads things in your body. Right. It's addictive. Right. And if you're not aware of it, son, that phone will be glued to your hand. And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna talk for me when I'm on my phone. I'm not really researching nothing. I'm looking at pictures on social media. And then there may be a comment that pops up that I might read. Then I'll start the research. But 9 times out of 10, as Pastor Christina says, I'm trolling. That's what I'm doing. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Set boundaries.
Yes.
Says set expectations around physical safety measures with family and friends, and put limits on certain activities. Calms is getting tired. All right. This is a good one. Practice gratitude. Focus on positivity and show compassion for yourself. Build a social support network. Spend time with family and friends, and schedule self-care time. Let's see what's over here. Except, why is self-care so important? Self-care is essential for mental health because it helps reduce stress, improve mood, and increase overall well-being. When you take care of yourself, you are better equipped to handle life's challenges and maintain a healthy balance in your life. Self-care can also help prevent burnout, which is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress. By practicing self-care, you can recharge and replenish your energy, and by making you more resilient. And then there's a list of things that you can do. Make time for yourself. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Practice mindfulness. Get enough sleep. Connect with others. Set boundaries. Seek professional help. I mean, on the real, go talk to somebody, man.
Yeah, it's important.
Get some of that stuff out, man. Somebody preferably that has a degree on that wall that says that they took time out of their life. I'm being serious. I don't knock. I'm not getting into that. I don't knock it.
Yeah.
But if you've been going there 2 months and you got the same issues, you got to be like, man, I got to try something different.
Yeah. Yeah.
The average person that knows you ain't gonna tell you about yourself.
No, because they're trying to not
be offensive,
offend you.
I don't want to be offensive,
right? And
that's the culture we're in right now. We're in a non-offensive culture to where the point we won't tell each other the truth.
I listened to listen to something, is that we have become a nation of sugarcoating. If it's bitter, you want nothing to do with it. You're looking for sugar, sugar, sugar. Sugar is a cause of cancer.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? So
my friends ain't like that. Well, let me change that. The cats I grew up with ain't like that.
It's just, yeah, we've become a nation of just, I mean, you can deliver the same message in a way where it's not
That's
so
interesting.
defensive.
Let's talk about that. Okay. Can you actually tell somebody the truth without it being offensive? Let me change that. Is there a way that it can be told that it's not offensive?
One, you have to have access, meaning
I understand that.
you
right.
have to have a relationship with the person. Two, I want you to understand that if I'm coming to you, it's not, I have no malice. I'm not trying to hurt you. But the fact is, blah, blah, blah.
From my experience, if the person, let me change this. You can't anticipate how that person is going to receive it. I don't care how much access you got. Even if it's in a real nice conversation, people don't want to be told the truth. They want to tell the truth. But they don't want to be told the truth. Yeah. And immediately how you can tell how they received it is look at their body language.
Yeah.
Look at their body language. I mean, back in the day, nobody wants to be told anything that's critiquing them.
Right.
But it was better received. Now you can't tell these people nothing.
No.
You can't tell them nothing. So I even think if you write them a note, I'm telling you, man,
it'll be misconstrued.
These people are so sensitive nowadays.
Yeah,
from my experience, it's really not about your access. It's about how these people are taught to receive. And if you're my friend, I want you to tell me.
Yeah.
What's going on? I'm not gonna like it. I'm never gonna like it.
So what you gonna say? So listen, I gotta tell you some hard things.
That's it. If you gotta start it off like that.
So I need you to hear me. You get mad, but I want you to go home and just think about what I said.
But here's a question I got. Isn't it something that you even gotta start that conversation like that? I'm not saying it's not necessary, but it's amazing that you even gotta start the conversation like that.
Because of the sensitive culture that has developed out here. Yeah.
You got to start the conversation like that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's something I need to tell you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten to that point yet.
No.
Yeah, I just kind of tell you what it is. I'm praying, man. Y'all pray for me. I'm just, listen, this is what it is. I just don't want nobody being around me wondering what I'm thinking.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And we're talking about, I think we kind of got off subject, but it has to do with self-care and how you yourself, when you see something wrong with somebody that you consider is your friend, you might want to highlight it. Here's another point, though, with that being said. Lionel said something, but let me say something. Don't wait until they point something out about you before you go point something out about them.
Yeah, because that's
tick for tack.
You're being defensive.
Yeah. How come it took for them to point out your thing before you pointed out their thing?
So it's almost like, oh, so you want to say that?
That's right.
Well, I had this in my arsenal, so I'm gonna get you now.
And then the thing about that is, because the intent was wrong,
right?
It's not going to result into nothing.
No. I'm never going to hear anything.
Lie says, yep, sugar causes physical cancer. So the sugar coating causes it metaphysically. Mm-hmm. However, we should still be trying to find the way to best deliver truth. Jesus was more than just the truth. He was the way and the light. Also says, and nowadays people are so sensitive and take it to another level and get violent. That's another thing you might want to be careful about.
Yeah.
I ain't think about that, but that's true.
It is.
But that's true. And when you think about, it and over, that could be a form of self-care. Not holding that stuff in.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna say,
but don't get angry to let it out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't wait for anger to kick in, and now I'm gonna tell this nigga. I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah.
And particularly in marriages.
Mm.
Yeah, we wait for you to say something, and then all of a sudden now we got to point something out. You point something out. Well, how come before they said something to you, you couldn't say something to them?
Right.
So yeah, we just wanted to come on for a little while today, to kind of give you guys some strategies on how to decompress from the stress.
Yeah.
The number one thing, people, transparency.
Yeah.
Transparency. Whoever it is that you've been used to doing for, hey man, I can't do that this year.
Not only, I mean, you should be in a place with that individual, whomever.
Buy them a card.
You understand? A card with your heartfelt thoughts.
Go to the right card store because cards ain't cheap.
No.
Shoot. These cards nowadays, I remember you can get 3-4 cards for $5.
Yeah.
You better hope you get a card with an envelope for $5 now. Be like, where the envelopes at?
The go to the Dollar Tree, $1.25.
I mean, be creative, man.
Yeah, but I think that we need to, especially in the way the economy is right now, that money is scarce, and now we try to live up to an expectation that's unrealistic. Have conversations with your people. Don't just not do anything, because then people are going to look at you like, what's going on? You used to do this. You used to do that. Now you're not doing nothing. Have real conversations with people.
Do you owe them an explanation?
I would say your regular coworker, people, type of like that. If I'm not in deep relationship with you, your immediate family, those kind of people, you have those types of conversation. Regular schmegular people.
Regular schmegular.
Yeah, no. I mean, it is what it is.
Regular. What's up, Chucky? Regular. Regular schmegular.
I'm a little tired.
I see. So I put this post up. Let me see if I can find it. Today or yesterday. This is small. I don't even know. Here it goes. It says there will be a lot of posts soon from people sharing how much they achieved in 2024. But in case someone needs to hear this, it's okay if the only thing you did this year was just get through it.
Jesus. Yeah, because we all said, this is our year. Yeah, it was my year. No, I didn't accomplish all the things that I wanted to do, but I did accomplish some.
And you got to be thankful.
I'm extremely.
If you got one thing,
man, you woke up.
It starts there.
You woke up.
I mean, it literally starts right there.
Yeah.
You woke up. You were able to go to a bathroom with running water,
with tissue.
Prayerfully, you got in the shower.
Right.
If you didn't, we're praying for you. You were able to wash your clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got in your car, whoever has a vehicle, and it was gas in your car.
Yeah.
You went to work and didn't get into an accident.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the small. Yeah, she tired, Keish. If I turn this camera around, you'll see everything in this kitchen.
I ain't finished.
It's the small things, you know, that like the scripture says, think on these things.
Yeah.
You know,
but I was gonna say most of it is self-inflicted.
It's self-inflicted pressure.
Yeah.
The pressure of needing to perform, the pressure of wanting to be. I mean, out in the field where I'm at, I see it every day. It's the desire to be impressive.
Yeah.
I want people to see me as this person.
Mm-hmm.
You can't care how people view you. I'm being so serious, man. Some kind of way you got to come off of that. How did?
And it's not something you would say, oh, because you're older, So that's how you feel. You can't care about what other people did. You cared about people when you were younger. No, you didn't.
I mean, really, there should be a group of people that you really care what they think.
Definitely.
And then there's the rest of them.
Right.
These people that you care about, like what they think,
Mm-hmm.
you should have such a relationship with them that you should be able to go to them and tell them, man, I ain't got it this year.
Right.
Or hand them a card and maybe in the card explain it. I just don't think it should be explained because the person that you're in a relationship with should love you so much that whatever you give them, they should be appreciative of it.
Yeah, I would take the socks and the drawers. I might need them.
That's what you're getting.
That's
I'm being serious. You got to take the pressure off.
You said save them a plate.
Yes, he said save him a plate.
I'll freeze it. For
It's in psychology today they called it the pressure from performance. My performance creates pressure because I've been performing on this level for so many years. I have to maintain that. It's almost like when you lie. You got to keep lying to stay at.
And I don't know how you do it.
Come off that pedestal. Come off it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Create a budget.
Yeah.
You got, I don't know how many people you got or whatever. Create a budget. Okay, I got $500 and you make that $500 work.
Definitely. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking 500 cash. I ain't talking 500 on your credit card. Because you don't want to create a hole.
No, you don't.
That's more stress.
Please. Yes. Leave the credit cards home.
Yeah, that's more stress.
Yeah.
So you want to try your hardest to be stress-free. For the people who've lost loved ones, one day at a time.
Yeah.
1 second at a time. If you're sad, be sad. If you want to cry, be cry. Don't be in a situation where you're around people and say, "Oh, excuse me."
That you have to suppress how you feel.
You don't excuse yourself.
Now you're not allowed to stay there all day.
Yeah, you don't excuse yourself. If that place becomes too heavy, hey, I gotta go.
Right. Because I don't want to infringe on other people's. You know,
if you feel that you have to explain that, there's something wrong with that. Well, I'm gonna talk about me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't feel I need to explain that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, grief comes unannounced and has no plan on leaving.
Right.
And it comes with a variety of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some days I cry and I can't even move.
Yeah,
I don't care who sees me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care where I am. It happens.
Yeah.
I let it process through. You have to let it process through. You know. So that's it.
Excuse me.
I think that's a 6 yawn.
I did.
I should have cut off at 5. But yeah, man. Whatever you have to do to make sure that this is an enjoyable time of year, do it.
Yeah.
Whatever you have to do.
Enjoy your people, your friends, your family while we are able to.
It doesn't. You don't have to always have an explanation on why you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
The group of people that you claim to love, that love you, you have to maybe have to explain to them, but nobody else. I mean,
yeah.
Life happens. It's not fair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Myself, I'm glad to be here because there's no reason on this planet for me to be here. There's a few people on this feed. It's not my plan.
It's lots of reasons.
Well, she's just being nice. She get tired and she's nice. Yeah, I love you. That nigga. Yeah, but I mean, really, man, just make life simple.
Yeah.
Stop complicating it.
Yeah.
It ain't about because I'm old. No, it just doesn't need to be that complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Tell people the truth.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
No, tell yourself the truth. It starts with you.
I can't do it.
If I can tell myself the truth, everything else is gravy.
Somebody say, "Hey, can you do this for me?" No, why? I don't feel like doing it.
Or if you just don't want to do it.
I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna lie to you. If they really know you, you never have to. That's right, sister. If you find yourself having to explain stuff into people, Come on, man.
Mm.
Come on. Let me write this. So on that note comes, I hope I can spell. You know, my GD ran out.
You are so silly.
We want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yeah.
You guys have a safe holiday.
Yes.
And we will see you guys next week.
All right. Eat slow. Wear pants with elastic.
Wear pants with elastic. If you don't, just put your pajamas on. All right? Peace, y'all. Y'all be good.
Peace.